Well, good morning and thank you for joining us here on Shop South Mississippi. Today we're talking about insurance, and not car insurance or homeowners insurance, but all the other insurance. We've got Emma Bethay here from Mayfield and Associates. How are you?
Hey, Chet. Thanks so much for having us.
So tell us a little, there's a lot of insurance out there. There's a lot of noise. Every time you turn, I feel like insurance offices are like Starbucks now.
Right.
And so what is it that sets you guys apart?
Yeah, so at Mayfield and Associates, we've been serving the Mississippi Gulf Coast for over 20 years. We help individuals, families, and businesses with their health benefits. And our goal is to be there for every step of an individual's life.
That is an important piece of just getting up and breathing every day, is having coverage. Right. Because you don't think about having coverage until you need the coverage. Unfortunately,
that's usually the case.
and then if you don't have it, or you don't have the right amount, or you don't have enough, then a clever line I hear from another insurance individual who we have working with us is when your insurance stops, your wallet begins.
That is so correct.
And so this is one of those things where we want to make sure that you are that you're covered. And so you guys start out early on. With what you call the coverage gap years.
Yes, so this is when a 26-year-old ages off their parents' plan. They're a new, fresh adult, and they're learning how to go into the world and do all the adult things. At 26, by the Affordable Care Act law, you have to be dropped from your parents' plan. So what we do is we step in with that new adult and we learn about their situation. Are they a high utilizer? Are they a low utilizer? Are they going to urgent care maybe twice a year, or do they take 15 prescriptions and see 3 different specialists? Those individuals need drastically different coverage. So we sit with each individual and build a customized solution that fits their life and their budget.
So what about those individuals that maybe aren't 26, but they don't live at home anymore and they're 18, 19, 20? They're included in the same conversation.
Absolutely. So we see a lot of individuals like going off to college, and then they need a certain policy so they can participate in the different sports that their college offers, or sorority and fraternity life. So we can build a policy that's super budget conscious, but still fits the needs of what their college requires.
Sure, that is the key right there, specifically in that age group, is like knowing where that comfortable number is.
Absolutely.
So once you get past that that time in your life, that age, you start getting into your 30s, your early 40s.
Yeah.
A lot of things change during that time period. Some people, I mean, you might be getting married, you might be having children, so everything, it's like it's a new chapter. It's probably even a new book, I guess you could say. So how do you approach when life starts to become more complicated, when you now have more people that depend on you?
Yeah, so moving on from that early adult phase to maybe now we're considering having children and we need really comprehensive maternity coverage. Or maybe you decide to start your own business and now we're thinking about not just yourself, but trying to build a really competitive compensation and benefit package for those team members that you're trying to attract to your team. And then on the flip side of that, life insurance is something that becomes so important at this time of your life. It's not a fun topic for everyone to discuss, but whenever you're in that position of caring for your spouse or your dependents, or if you have a business, it's something that kind of rounds out that portfolio and takes care of you throughout your life.
Yeah, especially in my case, you have young kids, and you have to, when you have a mortgage and you have a loan on your car, you don't want to leave those things for somebody to pay off. Like I have
or
a policy.
Planning for college.
Sure, and you have to be prepared for that, you know, especially if you're a girl dad.
Yes.
And then you got to be.
Those are very expensive.
Weddings,
Absolutely.
Things that have to happen.
Yeah. So whenever we talk about life insurance with our clients, we're adjusting that over their life. So whether that's a marriage or a divorce, or hey, we just bought a bigger house and have a higher mortgage, or we're having another child and we do need a plan for that third college tuition to be paid for. We sit with our client and say, okay, this is the best situation for you right now. This carrier fits your needs, and then we can adjust it again in a year or again in 6 months when life changes. We're there for our clients every step of the way.
Midlife.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in the very, I just look great, right? But I'm in the very entry level stages of that. And so, and I just have had children, so like I got in the game much later. But you start talking about job changes and kids. I'm not talking about kids leaving home, but a lot of people my age are talking about kids leaving home, and your parents are getting a little older. Like that's, for me, my parents are retired, and that was like, wow.
Yeah.
You think about your parents retiring, you're like, okay, this is, and life is changing all the way around.
Yeah. So in those cases, the most common change we see for the middle age is either starting their own business and they've left this really stable income W-2 position, and now they're a business owner, and they don't really know what to expect. So that's when we step in and help them build a super comprehensive but competitive benefit package to help them fit their budget, but also take care of the needs of themselves and their employees.
That's great. And then once you get past that, we're talking about Medicare and retirement.
Right.
Oh, the full journey.
No, I love Medicare. Medicare is one of those things that can be so overwhelming. You're going to get flyers, you're going to get phone calls, you get the Google ads, and it can be super just confusing, but it's one of my favorite parts of what we do. So when a Medicare beneficiary comes into our office, we want to understand everything about their budget, their prescriptions they're taking, the doctors they're seeing, how much they're utilizing their coverage, so that we can get a full picture of this individual. So our goal is sitting down with them and then making the best choice for them so that whenever they walk out of their office, they're completely comfortable. And that doesn't just happen whenever they turn 65, that's every year. So we're proactively reaching out to our clients. Carriers enter and leave our market every year, so we want to reach out and make sure they're on the best plan for them.
That makes you feel a lot better, because I don't want to have to constantly every year think about what's changed.
Yeah.
Because it could be one little tiny piece that's changed. You have a whole new class you have to take because one little thing changed.
Yeah. No, we're going to do that for you.
And that is that's a good piece of it. That's why shopping for your insurance locally matters.
It absolutely does. We want to be there for our clients from the very beginning at 26 to aging into Medicare and retirement. We are your neighbors, we're your friends, we are in the school districts, and we want to support our community. And
nothing cookie cutter. You're having real conversations about how to impact that individual based on their situation.
Absolutely. Yeah. Very creative, tailored solutions.
Yeah, and see, that is key. Whatever chapter you're in, Mayfield and Associates, they're here to help you write the next one.
Thank you, Chet.
I didn't write that. I didn't write that. They wrote that. That's their motto. That's what they're doing. And so listen, if you have any questions, if you're looking for insurance, if you're about to open a business or you're changing jobs and maybe you want to get some umbrella coverage for something that you already have, just to make sure that all your T's are crossed, your I's are dotted. I've mixed that one up. You want to make sure to give Mayfield and Associates a call. 20 plus years in the market. They know what they're doing. They've got a full team there to help you out. See that number there at the bottom of your screen, that website. Reach out to them and they'll get you on the right track with your insurance. Good to see you again, Emma.
Thank you, Chet.